Hi, I'm Nathan.
And I'm Dina.
And we are Blue Notes News. The unapologetically liberal podcast where we talk politics, culture, sex, and everything in between. If it's in the headlines, if it's controversial, if it makes people uncomfortable, chances are we're going to cover it.
And we promise we're going to do it with more honesty and humor than the mainstream news ever could. No sugarcoating, no both-sidisms, just real talk.
I'm Nathan, and once upon a time, I was actually a conservative pastor. Yeah, I know, hard to believe for a now openly gay man, but here I am, broadcasting from the ruby red state of Florida as part of a little blue dot of progressives trying to make some noise. I'm a political junkie, lifelong news nerd, and someone who believes liberal voices deserve to be louder, sharper, and bolder than ever. Also, I drink way too much booze and have strong opinions about late night pizza.
And I'm Dina, originally from Las Vegas, very proudly agnostic, and also have been living blue for 20 plus years in this red state. I grew up surrounded by bright lights, showbiz, big personalities, and more contradictions than a political debate stage. Which probably explains why I love cutting through the bullshit. Whether it's politics, sex, or pop culture, I'm here to ask the questions people are usually too afraid to say out loud.
So yeah, former conservative pastor meets Las Vegas agnostic. Friends first, but the dynamic is what gives us our spark, our chemistry, and the reason it's never boring.
This show is about cutting through the noise. Some weeks we'll dig deep into politics. Other weeks we'll talk about cultural shifts, sex and relationships, or the weirdest story you missed in the back pages of the internet. Basically, if it matters to people, it matters to us.
And we're going to do it in a way that feels like a conversation you'd have with your smartest, funniest friends over a drink. Or three. As a matter of fact, how's your martini?
It's really good. Cheers, friend.
Cheers. All right. So what's going on in the news, Dina?
I think we better talk about what's the biggest story right now, the government
shutdown. How exciting a time we live. Oh my gosh. Well, let's go back and let's get a little look at how this happened in a real brief, short version. So at 12:01 a.m. on October 1st, after Republicans in Congress refused to pass a clean funding bill, because the far right wants to gut social programs and score political points instead of doing their jobs, the government shut down. And here we are, shut down still.
Democrats tried to keep the lights on with a temporary funding deal that included health care and housing support, but MAGA hardliners said, no way! Their idea of compromise is we get everything or the country burns.
Every time. It is a Trump shutdown. They own the federal government. They have all three branches, including the Supreme Court. It is their shutdown.
Certainly is. And they're trying to use Democrats as a scapegoat by saying that they want to get health care for illegal immigrants when they're not even eligible under Medicare, Medicaid, or the ACA. The only way they're eligible to receive health care is the Reagan approved.
Their man in the 80s made it law for them to be able to go to the emergency room in an emergency and not die.
Yeah.
So it's just to keep people alive.
I guess they don't like that. So you don't have a heart attack if you're an immigrant.
Yeah, you better not have any emergencies because that's the end of that. And look at the stuff it's shutting down. So Pete Buttigieg put this on Instagram a little bit ago. Stops consumers' ability to report and stop fraud and scams. Okay, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Freezes VA programs that veterans count on for support.
Yep.
Reduces Social Security services for seniors. Freezes hundreds of loans every day for new small businesses, so there goes the economy. Slows approvals for new drugs and medical devices any of us could need. Strains the food assistance reserves to limit for children and poor people. So, I mean...
It's affecting
everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just the national parks are shut down. Like, the military is working and they don't have services. You've got... It slows down the real estate market. It's slowing down small businesses. It's not just affecting the 900,000 federal employees. It's affecting the whole country.
Yeah, it's going to start affecting flights because air traffic controllers are not going to be paid. And that's actually what ended the last shutdown. when all the air traffic controllers started calling in.
Just stop showing up. They're not getting paid.
Who wants to go to work and not get paid?
Yeah, that's insanity. The whole thing is insane. And MAGA Mike Johnson was out there right away blaming the Democrats that they had shut the government down because they were, like you said, trying to get insurance.
Just keep pushing it as a lie, and nobody's calling them out on it.
Nobody's
calling them out. There are journalists today who are calling them out and saying this is just a lie.
Yeah, the press corps sits in the White House every day with lying Carolyn Levitt, and they don't call her out, and they don't say anything to these people. They let them get away with murder on a daily basis.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either. And honestly, the Republicans are just trying to spin this as fiscal responsibility. And why would you give tax cut to billionaires if you want to be fiscally responsible? It is, in this country, it is top versus bottom always.
And we're not talking gay sex.
No, we're not talking gay sex. We're talking billionaires versus everybody else. They need to tax the billionaires to pay for all these programs that they're trying to shut down right now.
And let's be real, this isn't both sides. The shutdown is being driven by Trump's aligned extremists who think destroying government proves it doesn't work.
Yes, it doesn't. And look at this. Economists estimate that we're losing up to $15 billion a week. So this is affecting real people every day.
Yes. Families are missing their paychecks, businesses are losing contracts, real damage to confidence in government and consumerism.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're going to keep at it because they want to get rid of these programs. They don't want the ACA. They don't want education. They don't want any of this stuff because they can keep people pissed off. And if they keep them pissed off and have chaos...
Yeah. That's what they're going for, because the chaos keeps voter angry, not informed.
Yes. And whatever these MAGA people hear the first time out is what they believe. So they think it's all about the immigrant. It has nothing to do with the immigrants.
And the health care. That's all they keep shoving down everybody's throat, is that Democrats want health care for immigrants. And that's just not the case. They're not eligible under any of our...
system that we have. No, I know. And so the Senate's supposed to meet again, keep meeting and keep voting. And the Democrats say they're going to stand their ground. And my thing is, I was a former conservative pastor, Republican, who voted against Obama and everything else back in the day.
And the first time I ever voted was for
Obama, and I was voting the other side. But I'm like, Republicans plan their shit out decades in advance. They have been after the Supreme Court since Roe v. Wade, and they finally got what they wanted. They always plan their shit out.
And the Democrats are flying by the seat of their pants. By the
seat of their pants all the time. Grow a pair and stand your... So I hope they stand their ground. They say they're going to.
I really do too, because we need to start fighting fire with fire. Yes. And that's why I love Governor Newsom so much right now.
Yes.
And the way he's trolling Orange Titty Baby.
Yes.
With his tweets and his X posts, I guess, is what we're supposed to call them.
Yeah, whatever it's called now, whatever. And so I hope the Democrats will stand their ground, and I hope that they will continue to fight. I know that people are hurting. I know that real people on the ground are hurting right now. But we cannot let them get away with this. They are lying, and they cannot get away with it.
Yes, and they need to be called out by journalists over and over and over again for the lies. I don't understand why that's not happening.
I don't either. It's craziness.
So that's where we stand. The government's closed. Families are stressed, and the GOP's far-right wing is celebrating like it's some kind of victory.
Yeah, they really are. So we'll keep tracking it here on Blue Notes News, because democracy doesn't work when you let the arsonist run the fire department, Dina.
All right, Nathan, that brings us to our next segment that we're going to have every week, and
it's
called our What the Fuck of the Week. What's your What the Fuck of the Week?
Okay, so mine is last Tuesday, a week ago, the President of the United States, your orange titty baby, was on the stage before all the generals and the admirals talking about the enemy from within. And so here we go, waging war on freaking American cities. We're fighting ourselves. What the fuck? What is that?
I don't even know. I can't even There's no words
no
for
words.
it.
I have no words.
There
What
is
are we
no
living
words
in?
for it.
It's a Twilight Zone.
Yes.
We're living in his reality show.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that before we recorded.
Exactly.
We're in his reality show for 10 fucking years.
Yeah. He just thinks that we're all part of his cast and crew, and anybody who disagrees with him is on his
the enemy
list.
from within.
I mean,
yeah, crazy.
First he went after James Comey.
Yep.
Now he's got George Soros on the next up on his list.
Yep.
He's even going after 87-year-old Jane Fonda, the actress, in his crosshairs.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of George Soros,
yes,
by the way,
yeah,
we've gone to some protests.
Yes, been to a few now.
Have you gotten a paycheck from George?
Not yet. Still waiting for mine.
George, do you need my bank account information?
I wish I was getting paid, but no paid protesters here.
No,
Can somebody tell me where to sign up?
Yeah, I want to sign up on his email list because I feel like I need to be on there and get paid to do this because it's exciting. Anyways, before you get a little too tipsy on your martini, Dina, what's your what the fuck of the week?
My what the fuck of the week, as a mom and who happened to pull on my heartstrings with this one, was Kristi Noem's ICE raid in Chicago, where they pulled children out of an apartment building at 3 a.m. in the middle of the night and zip-tied them.
It's a what the fuck.
It is a what the fuck.
What are we living in?
When is the humanity of people's hearts going to kick in?
Yeah,
I just don't get it.
It's crazy to me.
And there was another incident too. I couldn't kind of decide because they were both just
kids.
Heartbreaking. And they used an autistic child who was 5 years old in Massachusetts to lure her parents out of their home, holding her there by a police car. It's disgusting. It's deplorable.
It really is. They are. Well, Hillary wasn't wrong.
Nope, she wasn't. She nailed it.
Yeah, she sure did. So this has been just our first episode, just an introductory episode, so you kind of get to know who we are, what we're about, what's going to happen on the podcast. There'll be plenty more content to come every week on Tuesday. You'll hear us.
This has just been a taste of what's yet to come. If you've liked what you've heard today, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Blue Notes News, or email us at bluenotesnews1@gmail.com with any questions or show ideas.
Perfect. And you can also reach me on Facebook at Nathan Montgomery, and on Instagram at NateMont520, and of course on Blue Sky at NateMont.
Make sure to subscribe, share, like, and listen each week. We'll be back next week with our first full episode and our special guest, Paul Dellinger, who is running for Florida's 8th Congressional District.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Dina. And this has been Blue Notes News.